A Texas healthcare group polls Texans on whether or not they believe children should be vaccinated. Ahead, what do Texans think?
A recent study says millennials aren't buying homes, but San Antonio may be bucking that trend. We ask a local realtor what makes home ownership here easier.
Already behind on back-to-school shopping? Stay tuned to see how your child can get free school supplies and even a new backpack.
And finally, did a comical name change help the pancake giant? All the info coming up here on Spectrum News.
Good morning, San Antonio. I'm Talia Johnson-Watkins.
And I'm Betty Ton. Thanks for joining us on Spectrum News.
Just ahead, we'll take a look at our top stories and more.
It's now 1 past. Here's a live weather update with meteorologist Kelly Slifka. Kelly?
All right, thanks. We are looking at partly cloudy skies out there for our Saturday. You're probably noticing that humidity has come up, and that's due to that southeast wind bringing in some moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. And some of this moisture may actually spin up some showers, especially across the coastal plains. Can't rule out an isolated shower, mainly to the east. Now, it's going to be a little bit more humid than we've been used to over the last several days, up to 96. Factoring in the humidity, it's going to feel like 100. The heat index up to 100. Partly cloudy skies tonight down to 76. We do have some small rain chances in that 3-day forecast. More on that coming up in 10 minutes.
The White House is calling out the Department of Justice for dropping litigation that would prevent the posting of 3D printed guns. Press Secretary Sarah Sanders saying the department made a deal without the president's approval, and the administration supports a law against owning plastic guns. This fiery debate stems over Texas-based company Defense Distributed and its goal to share gun blueprints online. CEO Cody Wilson sued the government for denying his First Amendment right, gaining the ability to upload blueprints last weekend. The online blueprints are put on hold due to 8 state lawsuits stopping its distribution. It's unclear how long the lawsuit will keep these blueprints out of public hands.
A majority of Texans believe children should be vaccinated. That's according to the Texas License Summary on Healthcare. 3 out of 4 Texans polled believe the benefits of childhood immunization outweigh the risk. The study asked several questions about how Texans believe elected officials have performed on healthcare issues. More than half say they disapprove of President Trump's handling of healthcare. However, 30% say they do approve. The Texas legislature received better ratings than its national counterpart, with 20% more claiming federal legislature handles medical issues worse. Texas, one of the 18 states that allows exemptions to immunizations, may be close in requiring child vaccination.
In other news, a handful of studies and reports say that 25 to 34-year-olds are no longer buying homes. But does that hold true to the San Antonio market? Talia sat down with local realtors to find out.
One recent study says millennials aren't purchasing homes, but San Antonio realtors say that's not the case. A report by the Urban Institute says the home ownership rate amongst 25 to 34-year-olds is about 10% lower than that of the 2 generations before them. But the San Antonio Board of Realtors says that's not exactly true.
Part of that's a misconception. I would say there's a pretty large set of buyers out there that are millennials.
Because the San Antonio area is filled with such a diverse group of people, the real estate market tends to see a variety of people purchasing homes.
I think it just plays into the diversity of San Antonio, and that we're very economically diverse as well, with the military and the oil industry and the tech industry.
According to the Urban Institute, there are many factors affecting low home ownership rates among millennials. Some say they can't afford the homes on the market or don't qualify for a mortgage. Lopez says the best way for millennials to debunk this notion is to do their research.
Buying a home is a very big step in anyone's life. For most people, it's their biggest financial investment.
The San Antonio Board of Realtors says the San Antonio market is thriving, and for anyone thinking about purchasing a home, they should act quick. Talia Johnson-Watkins, Spectrum News. Speaking of a new home, a museum honoring Texas's most famous landmark is in the works. The Alamo Plan Management Committee requesting applications for the design of a municipal museum. A chosen firm will design and construct the facility, part of the larger plan to redesign Alamo Plaza. The nature of the project will be to paint a comprehensive history of the retired Spanish mission. APMC hopes that the Museum and Visitor Center will be open by 2024, the 300th anniversary of the structure's establishment in San Antonio. Now, moving across the river, San Antonio's Cine Festival has been celebrating Latino filmmakers for 40 years running, and this year's theme of Hecho en Tejas shines a spotlight on creators who call Alamo City home.
This year at our festival we're showing 56 films, and we have, at our last count, 40 filmmakers here. And so it's a great opportunity to dialogue, to network, to talk to lovers of cinema, like-minded people.
Cine Festival's 2018 lineup features works by San Antonio high school students, women filmmakers living near the border, and Latino directors from the University of Texas.
You know, it's amazing to be able to celebrate the talent that we have here in the state, but at the same time, it's also great to celebrate the work that Latinos are doing across the country, whether in New York or Los Angeles.
It's a strange time, I think, because it's like a hybrid of like Chicano culture, and you have like Mexican films, American films.
Leo Aguirre is a UT film student who had a short film screened at this year's Cine Family. The El Paso native draws from his Hispanic heritage from script to screen.
A lot of film festivals in the state, but this one in particular, I think it's very inclusive, and there's people that might not be Mexican but still come to the festival.
Leo's passion for storytelling makes him one of the many film fanatics to gather at the historic Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center, a place to be seen, celebrated, and inspired.
This is great. It's a great platform, you know, because you get to showcase your art from anywhere, you know, not just from Texas.
No bright lights or red carpets, the Cine Festival still has a reputation for being big in the film industry.
Falling behind on preparation for the upcoming school year? The Back to School Expo this Saturday in San Antonio will give parents and students a head start. Today, at the Freedom Coliseum, thousands of school supplies will be passed out to families looking to ease their back-to-school budget. Free backpacks and immunizations will also be given to school-aged children. Last year, they were able to give away 3,000 bags and school supplies and over 4,000 backpacks. Back to School Expo starts at 9 o'clock and will run until 1 o'clock this afternoon. School supplies are limited, so act fast before they run out.
And speaking of back to school, we visited the blowout event of the summer, Float Fest, getting the scoop on what student attendees are doing to beat the heat.
You don't need a tube to float through this festival.
Lots of water.
But you'll need some hydration.
Just lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of water.
Sunday, thousands of music fans braved the heat to attend the final day of Float Fest in Martindale.
I just found this Deep Eddy fan.
Each fan getting creative with staying cool on land.
I'll chill in the shade for a good chunk of the day.
Waiting for that moment to see their favorite musical act.
I really want to see Tame Impala.
More than 20 artists hit the stage over the weekend. The lineup included big names like Snoop Dogg and Lil Wayne.
I love the lineup this year. There are a bunch of super small bands I like.
Others included Bun B, Cashmere Cat, and Modest Mouse.
I think the festival's like twice as big as it was last year.
Double the crowd meant double the patience for emergency personnel on site. First responders say they treated at least 250 visitors for heat-related illnesses.
I've heard of a lot of people going to the medical tent.
I would have checked the weather on my phone, but you know.
Many still found a way to enjoy the annual festival.
Bass Nectar ended at 2 a.m. after a heat-packed day, and everyone was still going as hard.
Fans going hard, but staying cool, both on land and water. In Martindale, Sarah Duran, Spectrum News.
Pancakes or burgers? Who knows anymore? We fell for it. Those who mocked IHOP for temporarily changing its name aren't getting the last laugh. IHOP's marketing team says it was all an ad campaign, and it worked. All the buzz around the faux name change fueled business, they say. The switch from International House of Pancakes to International House of Burgers went viral, that many thought would be permanent. In the end, the company says it was all a promotion, but the change saw a significant boost in sales and traffic, an increase that has continued.
It's 1:11, so if you're on your way out to IHOP now, we have what the weather will look like.